So it is Thursday now, and I haven't been back to my shops in a while, but I had a message that we're out of product. Um, Gravel production has basically been replaced by Ztech has made the world's craziest bartering farm, and he can trade gold for sand or for gravel now. So I'm pretty well done with gravel, and it's one less thing I have to grind. So I haven't really had any product, so that's sold out. But sand I can do, and I just haven't been filling it. So I'm pretty well, yeah, out of stock. So let's get this filled back up. We'll get we'll get these two chests full, and then I'm going to fill this one up completely full of shulkers, and then I can be done for a while. The reason I haven't been filling it up is that I'm trying to get some progress made on in my tunnels and new area. So we will let's switch over to show you what I've been working on there, and then maybe we'll come back and show, like, this is all sand profit, so we'll just keep going until we got a stack of diamond blocks from sand. It's crazy. Yeah, no, let's get this filled up, and then I'll show you what I've been working on to keep me from doing this. Ooh, I don't, look at him, he's gonna donate the first fishing rod. No. Let's see if I can go the whole season without fishing. Anyway, yeah, let's get this filled back up, and I'll show you why I haven't had time to do it. Well, I promise we're not going to play Sand Simulator this week, but I just spent another 4 hours to stockpile some sand. Let's get it all dumped out here. And this will be a little bit of a start. I like to leave them in stacks of 3. And then these are all full. And just an idea, that's all these tools used up for durability. So I've got 2 more shovels left. I'll probably do them up. That will give me 6 more shulkers. Surely that will keep the Baron busy for a little bit. And yeah, we'll check with you later on. And I've been digging and digging and digging. So here's my tunnel so far. It's over. There's Ztech, and there's Stoic. And then I'm over here. I'm kind of on this wall. And I've done a bit. Let's get this out of the way here. So the idea is you're going to be like this world, this gray world, and then I want to put a portal here in this doorway. And this portal then leads into this other world where the Spren are born or live. And so this is the first pass, and I've only got like half the tunnel done. But the idea is, you see, only half of this side is done, and this goes a long, long ways. This goes to negative 900. But the idea is, this pink is like the horizon, and then this represents like underneath. So this goes all the way to my mushroom island in a straight line. And I'll come back through here and make like land masses. So I'll take out like the blue and the pink and then put like land. And I might even in some places like bring the land way out to the ice road. And then what I want to do here on this corner is, once I finish digging it out, is to make a little lighthouse here actually. Because in the book they're traveling on the sea of beads here basically, and there's structures in the world like little lighthouses, but like respites, places to like avoid storms and get out of the weather. So yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll make like a little redstone powered lighthouse on the corner there. I think it might be kind of cool. But the idea here is I want to make a portal. How? I'm not quite sure. I've got some copper and some quartz and some stones. And I want to make like, I don't know, some kind of shape. Out here. And how do I get back out of here? Okay. It'll have to be symmetrical, but so the idea will be like there's a doorway or portal here, like an oval shape, to come out onto like a little landing, and I'll remove the ice road path to the edge. This is all going to have to be completely spawn proof. And then I want to open up a little shop because I'll show you here in a minute. I made a farm to make these Sculk blocks. And so now I've got so many of them, I think I want to sell them. So the portal will be here, and then like a little landing with a couple of like little stalls to sell product. And I've got a feeling this is going to take some iterations because I don't know, maybe I extend it into here. Yeah. So maybe like the portal's up here and an ornate, yeah, maybe it comes into here a little bit. But I'll have to measure it all out. We'll come back to it, maybe it's a little bit rough, and go from there. And so here's my first pass at what I'm thinking for a portal. And I'll tell you what I like and what I don't like. So I like that it encroaches on the space of the Nether hub. I kind of wish maybe the top was a bit thicker. But anyway, the idea is this is a gateway from this world into the void in behind. I'm liking the copper and the deep slate. I threw some spruce walls in here just to kind of break up the color a little bit, but I'm not sure if I really like it. And now the last thing I need to do is add some lighting and detail. I mean, there's lighting hidden underneath of these blocks to make it bright, but I want to add like, I'm thinking soul lanterns, some blue. And I need some wax. I think this copper should stay copper, so I'll wax that. So the idea that this copper is basically like a portal. So I don't know if I can find something that I can hide, I can put in the space to make it look like a Nether portal, like the purple of the Nether portal. I don't know if I could like put crystals in that space but still be able to walk through it. Or maybe if I hide something that emits particles, like I could put ender chests. Yeah, I could put ender chests down through here. So then in through here would be the portal for the other side into this astral plane. And again, I think the top needs to be thicker because the idea is that this ceiling is like space. So I think that needs to be thicker. So I don't know if I'd like drop the whole ceiling down half a block, but that's going to make these pillars come down a whole block, which is fine. But yeah, this is the idea. So replace these torches, and then you're coming in with your boat, and your boat's going to stop here, so maybe I don't really need the ice road to continue. Or I just get rid of these. Yeah. I just need to put the glass one more block. So yeah, I think the only change I might make is drop this down half a block to make it look chunkier. Maybe I'll just live with it like that for now. So then I want to turn this into a shop. I want to sell Sculk because I can make so much of it. I'm thinking I'll just put like ender chest or chest. No, that's going to be half a block too high. I could step these down a half a step. Yeah. Do I have... Yeah, if I step these down half a block, I'll have to fill the space back in. But if I do this, and if I aim correctly, there, now that gives me a spot I can put chest down and sell some Sculk. So yeah, maybe I'll just do it on this side. Because the idea in the book was that these portals between like dimensions, the town or where the portal is on the opposite side was basically a trading hub. So like on the Shadesmar side, it'd be a place where humans would come to trade with this Spren. So my idea is they're going to trade for Sculk. So yeah, we'll have little stores. And I think we'll just go chests. So yeah, we'll set that up and I'll get back to you. Let's head to the farm and I'll show you how the farm works. So let's get out to my industrial area here. The blue ice goes so fast the world can barely reload it. So you see, I'll get the I've got the digging done for half of the tunnel, and that's taken a very long time. And then I've run the shops in town out of wool, so progress might slow down here, but okay. So we're finally here. This is the portal to my mushroom island, and this is going to change. This will end up being like a bigger space, but this was just a dig a path in the Nether, get to where you're going for now. I think I'll have another portal like I just made at the shopping district when you come into the area from this end as well. But if you take your right, this is just above the ocean, just a couple, like 500 blocks away from my mushroom island, so you'll never be able to see it from there. But the idea is I can hide all my ugly farms in this area. So let's take a quick look at my Sculk farm. So there's a lot about this that I didn't know that I needed help with. So first of all, let's get a tool here so I can show you. Come on. So I can show you how it works. Let's grab a hoe. And I better not leave that there, I'll forget that. So the way I wanted to have my cake and I wanted to eat it too, the way it works is there's sensors, there's catalysts that take the EXP from a dying mob. So I've made a gold farm to drop mobs down, and then I had a trident killer because I thought in my head, well geez, you know what I want to do is I want to, you know, use this to mend as well. So I would stop it from turning things into Sculk, and then I could just stand here and mend my tools. The problem is the Sculk catalyst, which I have hidden here underneath this glass. The problem is these farms are gonna show you. But anyway, this catalyst hiding there. They take all the mobs that come from this gold farm and turn them into Sculk. And then I've got these stone generators constantly making stone. So I've got one on all three sides pushing into the center. So underneath this here, I have a bunch of hoppers to collect up all the drops. And then just a storage underneath. And you can see the Sculk spreads everywhere. So back to originally, I couldn't figure it out. I first had to set up with a trident killer right here. And the Sculk sensor or catalyst right here. I'm like, and it wouldn't spread, it wouldn't spread, it wouldn't spread. I was like, what is happening? I don't understand why. There's something about this process that I don't understand. So going back to like the online tutorials, and everybody just shows drop killing, like just drop the mob and then the splat will kill and spread the Sculk. But I'm like, well geez, I want to be able to mend. I don't understand. Like, so the point is, the catalyst does not spread Sculk from the point of the catalyst. The catalyst spreads Sculk from wherever the mob kills or mob dies. So the mobs will come out here and fall and splat, and all the Sculk will spread from that point. And that's what it took me forever to understand. I couldn't figure out why. You can see this, like this will move from that side and that will move from that side. I couldn't understand why the Sculk wouldn't spread, because this wouldn't work. This farm did not work for the longest time. I had to get help to come over to show me. Oh, and I just broke that catalyst too. I needed help to understand why this wasn't working. So we stripped the trident killer off and just dropped them down to kill them. So then I made a second trident killer over here just to mend with. And I'll show you that in action. I just need to gather up a catalyst. And you can see like this works very, 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 very well now. And there's one. So it'll make Sculk. It'll make these veins. It'll make a bunch of sensors, and then it'll make a few shriekers. But I have not yet seen it make another catalyst. I'm not sure if that's like impossible for it to happen, or it's just a very small chance. I'm betting on you can't, because I know you can farm wardens to get them. Let's see if I can break this quick enough. Nope. Nope. Okay, let's do it this way. So yeah, let's turn this on and I'll show you how it works. So gold farm drops them down, and there's just 1, 2, 3 stone generators pushing it in. So you'll see the portal should be turned on. They fall down, and the second that they splat, you can see all the like green particles, and that's the Sculk spreading. So you just stand here and mine with a hoe, and then this will push it in this way, that one will push it in this way, and it pushes it all into the center. You get all the drops just from like the shaking of the ground. I end up getting mob drops, so I get a whole bunch of rotten flesh and gold nuggets and a whole bunch of catalysts. The problem is, like, the Sculk spreads everywhere. I put down some of these buttons to try to stop it, and it doesn't really stop it. But yeah, no, they just this gold farm, of course, is by Stoic, and I'll link them in the description if you haven't made one. It's amazing. The use of the conveyor belts is just speeds things up so quickly. There's a shrieker. So yeah, no, I needed to make my tunnel. I need about 30 inventories worth of this, I think, to cover the walls. And then the rest I'm going to try to sell. I don't imagine a whole lot of people are going to want it. But it's the type of thing, I think when you want Sculk like me, you're going to want a lot. Because it looks really cool to have a great big field of this. It kind of shims and shines like you'll see it changes colors. So yeah, that's kind of cool. These Sculk sensors, I think people might like as a redstone tool. I know there's not a whole lot of people that use them yet, but there are some certain instances that you need them for. The Shriekers, you know, Jammy Cats might want them to hide in Stoic space. Other than that, I don't know if there's a real use for them. And the veins, if they would like block mob spawning, which I'm not sure that they do, it might be useful. But, you know, I'll sell them. I'll fill a chest up and maybe never use it. But, yeah. So if anybody needs Sculk, or any of the paraphernalia from the Sculk, it'll be right at the Nether Hub. One other side note I forgot about this industrial area is the reason specifically the height is at 89 is because I intend on making Stoic's fish farm. And the AFK position for that farm is at 89. So I'm not sure if the farm can be built over or beneath glass, if it still works or not. But if not, it doesn't have to be completely, it doesn't have to be the best working farm. I just want like a revenue of bones coming in, because I'm going to need a whole lot of bone meal in the future to make trees, because I need a lot of trees for the designs I have coming up. The other thing is I just randomly made this portal over the ocean, and lo and behold, there's an ocean monument right there. So I've killed the Elder Guardians. There's only 2, and the sponge room looks like it was already raided, so I think somebody's been here before anyhow. But I am going to... Oh, is that a geode? Anyway, I'm going to rig this up to have an income of prismarine shards so that I can use prismarine lights, the sea lanterns. I think I'm going to be making something rather large on the Mushroom Island, and to have a free source of lights, as opposed, I mean, I'm loving this economy of I sell sand and then I buy wool, and the money just keeps going back and forth. But the benefit of it is there's materials around, like there's concrete for me to go buy whenever I want it to build. I didn't have to go waste 3 hours gaining the resources to do this. I did have to gain sand, but the trade-off is that I get to make things. So the economy that I'm not used to is really cool to allow you to make more bigger. Anyway, so yeah, so I'll work on eventually there'll be a fish farm. You know, maybe I'll do some crop farms, like some, I don't know, some sugar cane, stuff like that, just so that I have a income of it. And I can just hide it in the background here. It can be ugly, and I could just get you know, over time, gather up some supplies. It doesn't have to be the world's most efficient farms. This is amazing. This gold farm is great for mending. This skull farm is amazing. But it might be nice just to get some bone meal in the background while I'm here hoeing. So yeah, let's get back. I'm going to set some prices. I gathered up all the like random stuff I had. Some Shriekers and stuff. And Shriekers are going to have to be expensive because they're just so rare. But other than that, let's get back and set some prices. Back here at the Nether Hub, and I set prices, and what I did is I named the item that's in the frame. So if you look at it, Sculk 1 diamond for 3 stacks. And then we've got sensors, 1 diamond per stack. Catalysts, I had to go 1 diamond per 8 just because they're so rare. I don't expect to ever sell them, but at least they're there. And then the veins, if anybody wants them, 1 diamond for 3 stacks. The other thing I might do is, maybe this is my shop, and maybe I move sand out here too. Nah, I'll think about it. But yeah, I'll get these filled up. There's not very much in here for now, but we'll get these filled up and call the store open. I'll post it on Discord. I wish you could rotate these, like, instead of this direction, you could rotate them that way so that the shrieker part of it was standing straight. But anyways, there's my new shop. Come and buy all you want. Maybe for the rest of the episode, we'll take a quick look at the island. I don't know how much more I can get done this week. I'll keep digging, but this digging for this tunnel just takes forever. And then I need to wait for some shops to restock. The only other change we might make at the island is, actually, let's go there now. We'll talk about it. So back here at home, I'll show you what I've been up to. I've been chopping trees like crazy, trying to get some resources. Slowly filling in storage. Haven't yet come up with a design for around here, but yeah, it's coming by slowly and surely. What I want to do, I think, for the rest of this episode is I'm going to lock these with glass panes so that they don't change, and I'll make new ones. And I think what I'm going to do for this week is I'm going to give myself the task of clearing all the mushrooms, and that way will keep me on task. The other thing I want to do is, you'll see these specks of green, and that's not it. There's one up here on that corner, which would be, if I'm standing here looking at the trees, I want to go that way. If you're on a mushroom island and you see a map and you see a spot of green, like over here, this is not Mushroom Island. These few blocks are not Mushroom Island. They are spawnable mob spots. So if you're going around and terraforming a Mushroom Island and you want to make sure that it's completely spawn proof, you need to get rid of any of this natural green grass or spawn proof it. Like, you could just dig it down to below water level or put a carpet on it or something, but the rest of this island is all spawn proof, but it is that specific. You'll get mob spawn on that one spot. Like, if I waited till nighttime, you would very clearly see it. But no, I'm going to cut down all these mushrooms. This is going to take me several hours because it's a fairly large island, and I want to gather it all in case I do need it. I'll break it down into shulkers, and I'll call that the progress for the week, because it's been many hours digging that tunnel out. The other thing I decided to do, because watching Jedi PJ, is I wanted to decorate this quarry that I'm using. Like, I'm just using this as like a supply of stone and andesite and whatnot, but I just thought I'd decorate. I went and got some terracotta, and I think what I'll do is work it in and do some block variation. I started up here with just some granite, tied it in, hid lights in behind the wall so that it lights it up. I don't have to go too super crazy, but I do want to decorate it. Used up all my spruce, and then I figured here for the floor I might do like a checkerboard pattern, and we'll do like pillars every once in a while holding the roof up, and then a bunch of corridors. But yeah, I figured, like, why not decorate? Give me a reason and make me want to come down here. So I'm going to hide lighting in the floor, and the light will pass through the half slabs. And then as we travel down into the very bottom of the world where the deep slate is, I'm going to have to come up with something different, because I have gone down specifically to bedrock. So if I try to make a pattern, it's not going to work out because I can't cover the bedrock. I could go half slabs above it, which I'll probably do. But yeah, I went and gathered all the spruce and I used it up down here to make a staircase. And again, this is still, I went and get full netherite. I needed netherite for a boss fight, and I think we'll do another half episode this week. There's another big boss fight, another wither fight, and this one was very dangerous. So I had to, before the fight was come out here, and get myself fully kitted out in netherite. I'm not sure if I'm going to end up decorating this as much. I think what we'll do here in the nether is just simply follow this stone brick. I'm going to have long corridors in the east-west, and then I'll just leave these branch mines as open branch mines. And this is the way I like to branch mine for netherite while I'm in, or ancient debris, because I'm in desperate need of all resources. So what I'll do is I'll mine out all the sand patches. I'll leave the soul, but all the quartz and blackstone, I'll dig it all out completely. And then you usually find, like, I'll dig this out, and then I'll find netherite or ancient debris tends to be like at the corners or on the outskirts of all these big patches. So if you're ever digging around and you come across like a big patch of gravel, it kind of pays off usually to dig it all out, because you'll find ancient debris at the edges of it. And usually I'll do I'll go out too high, so I'll go out all the way too high, and then when I come back I'll mine the whole way up, and usually you'll see ancient debris up, and sometimes you'll miss what you've gone through. But yeah, so far I've done 3 branch mines, and I've got all my tools completely netherited. I've got my spare tools mostly netherited, and I've got my armor. And the other thing, I wanted to get the armor done before the next update, because as I understand, you need to explore bastions in order to upgrade your netherite armor in the future. So I wanted to make sure that was done before, because I don't know, I'm assuming where I'm a couple months behind in this world, that most of the local bastions are completely explored, and I'd have to probably go thousands of blocks in the nether to find a pattern in order to put netherite armor on my diamond armor. So yeah, that's the update from the island. We'll strip mushrooms for the next foreseeable future and lock out the pictures, and we'll call that an episode, I think. Plans. And with this mushroom, I think that is it. I think that is the last of the natural pre-existing mushrooms on this island. And I can call my work done for the week. It's a good little stage for me to be in. I really, really wanted to be cleaned up so I can start next week all fresh. All I gotta do is get some bone meal. Excuse me, and we'll get this area all bone mealed out and turned into moss. But I think that's it. Let me do a quick tour here. There's no other, just a couple like little baby mushrooms lying around. But yeah, it's strange. You get the mushrooms, the big ones down, and everything looks so much smaller. The other thing is, I was thinking about coming through and softening a lot of this out with a shovel, but I rather like the fact that it's so undulating. As I start building more and more things on this island, it'll all go away anyways. So I think I'm going to leave it as is, except there's like 3 or 4 little like deadfall holes. I want to leave this big hole open. And yeah, I think that's every big mushroom. It took the better part of 9 shulkers to fill everything up. 2.5 red, 2.5 brown, and then a bunch of stems. I don't really plan on using these for building. But it seems a little premature to sell them. So I think I'll just pack them up and throw them in the storage building over here for now. But yeah, no, I think that's it for the week. We've done a lot. The mine, new storage room, new island, tunnel, new farm system. Yeah, that's a lot for 1 week. And next week we'll start. I don't know if we'll get a whole lot of actual like building done, but I hope to get a plan as to like I'll lay it out where exactly everything is. So like I'll put down blocks. We'll redo this. You see all these mushrooms will disappear. I'll lay out the tower. Oh, I thought the port city on this side, but actually this bay is really cool. So I think like there's going to be a city in that area, which is going to leave like maybe this coastline for the little seaside town. And then I'll push the tower like way back over here. 3 is more than I'll probably ever do, but that's a good goal to have. So yeah, have a good week, and we'll see you then. And welcome to the tips and tricks. So today what I want to talk about is just how I mine. It's just a simple little thing on how I try to avoid lava. So what I normally do is when I travel around digging, I like to have one spot that I use just for random blocks. And I always put that spot right next to my pick. And whether it be up or down. And it's more muscle memory than anything. So let's go. This is my netherite digging. So let's go right over here. Do do do. So this hint is kind of for while you're here in the nether, because that's generally where I see people kind of struggle. And the deal is I like to put blocks adjacent to my pick. So my pick is in 1, and then I'll have just random blocks in 2. And hopefully we'll run into some lava here quick. So what I do is you're digging. Oh, or lava. So this is a bad example. Usually I'm looking at lava that's like right in my face. So what I do is I've learned to automatically stop when I see lava, which I think most people do. But not only do I stop, but I pull back and dig down. And so what happens is now the lava is trapped in that downward spot. So you never have to worry about walking into it. What I usually see people is they'll dig. Oh. They'll dig, and then all of a sudden they're hitting with lava. And then they go like this, oh god, and then they just spam some blocks. Not usually the safest way of doing it. It can work, but I find I'll just dig back up, and now I'm completely safe, especially if I sneak or squat down. I'm completely safe from the lava. I'm not going to get burnt, and I've got time. I can you can use the lava. Oh, I don't want netherrack, so I can just chuck some spare netherrack out here in the lava and get rid of it. And then block it off. And now I'm completely safe. And I can fill in my little walking hole. And this works especially good in the nether because you have the lava travels so much quicker. While I'm in the underground of the regular world, it's usually not so bad because it goes so slow. But here, yeah, you just back up. And it also works so the way I'd usually dig these tunnels, look at this, another There's another lava, so I just dig down. The way I usually dig these tunnels here in the Nether too is I'll go 2 high one way and then I'll come back 3 the next, or all the way up to the top, and that way I expose more. And this works the same as if you come across lava, is just to stop and back up. So yeah, that's my little trick. Not much. I'm sure probably most people do this anyways, but I have seen people having trouble or get panicked or have to worry about fire resistance and this and that. All you gotta do is, as soon as you see red, stop. If there's lava up above my head, I just stop, dig one little hole, let it fill in. And then here where I'm digging higher, sometimes you gotta come back and like pillar up to block in the lava hole. And away you go. Yeah. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.